Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, March 3rd, 2016. And welcome to NFP week. As on Friday we will have our non-farm payrolls data come out. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. It's a great website, go check it out. Beautiful economic calendar right on the front page. Absolutely gorgeous. A lot of opportunities, a lot of training, a lot of education. Just go check it out. Open a demo account. Then you can go to a live account. All your services are there 24 hours a day. They're there to help you. All right, traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session, so please keep that in mind. So if you're watching this in the Euro session, count back about 10 candles, 11 candles, then you'll see where I started. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came to Thailand for 3 months. Well, traders, it's 2016, I came here in 2008, and I am still in Thailand. Never went home, and absolutely love living in Thailand, love living in Asia. Just a great place to be and trade Forex. The time zone is great. Get up in the morning, early in the morning, trade Asia, take about a 3-hour break, trade London, take about a 2-hour break, and trade about 2.5 hours into the New York session. All right, traders, I'm a technician. I like to trade using charts. I like reading candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price action, price structure. I use all that sort of stuff. I do use some indicators. However, in my Forex trading, I use harmonics. And in my options trading, I do use Ikimuku. So I do use indicators. I do have 3 moving averages on my charts. I have a 200, a 55, and a 10 exponential moving average. And those are my charts. Nothing difficult and pretty simple. Go forward. However, I do listen to fundamentals every day. I think they're very important in our trading, and I do listen to them. I pay for a pretty good amount of money for my news feed. And, we're macro traders. We trade the globe. We just don't trade the euro dollar. So I know what's going on. I'm up to date on world events. And of course, the numbers that come out very quickly from my news feed. And I don't trade the numbers. I don't trade news releases when the number is announced. I usually wait about 40 minutes and then try to get into the trade from there. As of yesterday, if you remember, we had some Aussie data come out, and wow, that thing just took off and is on the run to the upside. So don't expect it to hold, but we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, so that's a little bit about how I trade. You have to put both of those together and then come up with your trade plan, right? Your technical and your fundamentals, put them together, and you're going to come up with a trade plan before you click the trigger and get into a trade. All right, let's take a look at the risk disclaimer. Keep the lawyers happy. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to the news and commentary. Let's see how the markets closed yesterday. If I can get my thing, here we go. Okay, the Dow 30 closed up 0.20%. The S&P 500 closed up 0.41%. The Nasdaq closed up 0.29%. And the small cap 2000 closed up 1.09%. All right, let's head over to the Eurozone. Let's take a look. The DAX closed up 0.61%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed negative 0.09%. The CAC 40 was in the green at 0.41%, as was the Eurostoxx in the green, and that was at 0.84%. So that was pretty good. Traders, let's head on over to Asia today, and all the markets are currently open in Asia. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.06%. The S&P ASM 200 out of Australia is up 0.89%. The China A50 is positive 0.19%, and the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is 0.31% in the green. And our great friends in Seoul, we are in the green barely at 0.09%. As most of our Asia countries have just started trading, and their day has just started. All right, let's take a look at our economic calendar for today, traders. So earlier today in Asia, we had trade balance come out of the Aussie, and it was positive 2.97 billion. So that was a good number. And Glaxon Service PMI out of China came out. It's medium impact, and that was a bad number. Came out at 51.2. They're expecting 52.6. So that is what is happening. We have some low impact data coming out throughout our trading day. I'd just like to focus a lot of medium impact data today, traders, a lot. So high impact is a Great British Pound Services PMI come out today, 90 minutes after the London Open opens. Say that real quick. And as we move into the U.S. session, not a lot of data today on a Thursday, the day before NFP. We have a lot of services PMI, market composite PMI. Yeah, just a lot of things going on. We only have one high news event, and that is ISM non-manufacturing prices out of the U.S., and that will be at 10 a.m. on Wall Street. That will be 2200 hours in Thailand. Just to give you an idea of what times that is. I know everybody is from all over the world, and your time zones are different. Please relate to your economic calendars for the time zone in your place on the earth, and make sure you're aware of what's going on. All right, so that wraps up our indices and calendars. Yesterday, we did have some pretty nice price action, some surprising price action, I have to be honest with you. We had ADP non-farm payrolls come out yesterday, and surprisingly, not a lot of dollar strength. I think it came out at 219, and that was a high number, and the month before came out at 214, but it was revised down to 194. So that was positive for the dollar, and we didn't see a lot of price action, which surprised me. However, I don't trade past like 11 a.m. on Wall Street, just because that is 11 p.m. for me in Thailand. So it's pretty late for me. Time change comes at the end of the month, and we will have some, it'll be a little bit easier for me to trade the New York session. I can probably trade another hour, and looking forward to that. I think we have some good price action. You know, we can't complain. You know, I mean, we're getting price action, and there's very few pairs that really don't have any price action. And you can make the pips. Entries are crucial. Analysis is crucial, and you have to, monitor your trades. That is just so important that you monitor your trades on a regular basis. All right, let's get to the charts. This is the euro dollar. Nice move to the downside, worked really nice. Yeah, this is the same chart as yesterday, believe it or not. I'm still looking for this move back up to this all one. You can see price came down, and then that ADP non-farm payrolls came out and came up, and then just was sideways for the rest of the New York afternoon. For those of you who don't know what ADP is, it's a payroll company in the U.S., and if you have one employee or 100,000 employees, they will do your payroll. In other words, they calculate all your taxes, your deductions. If you have extra insurance, it comes out of your paycheck. They do all that. If you want to divide your paycheck, some for savings, some to you, and they do all of it. And it's a company in the United States, and they're in every single state. I'm familiar with them. I knew a company that used them, and they're just unbelievable how they can do what they do. But they are huge. So their numbers are pretty adequate. So we're just looking for this pullback. We're in this Forex chunk. We're sideways. I do want to take this to the downside. I know that daily pivot point is there, and I'm fearful we're going to get a bounce there, but I don't want to take this to the downside here, folks. This has got to pull back up to that R1 or the 200, and then we can take this back down. So I'm bearish on the euro. Of course, we should be. There's nothing to be bullish about. I think it's just playing a little around here, and we'll just, as long as it stays at this 1.08, what is it? 0.866. It's been hovering this area, this 0.850 in that area. It hasn't been able to do anything. It did give us a zap down to 0.25, for like an hour, and then pops back up again. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the Great British Pound. What a move this had yesterday. Very surprising. The pound held up very good yesterday. And again, I go back to the ADP non-farm payrolls. This did not take a reaction in the way we expected, folks. Now, this move was in an up move before that, and it was about an hour before. It was actually like London lunch. This started to break out to the upside and just continued throughout the day. However, now we're at resistance, and we sell a resistance and we buy at support. Now, this is a counter trend trade, so I'm looking for this to come back down to the daily pivot point. And we'll take this back up. And why do I have a check mark at a 200 exponential moving average? I don't know. That is not where we want to take profit, folks. This is a long trade. We want to come back down to this daily pivot and take it back to the upside. Yeah, I mean, if it comes back down to the 200, of course, that would be great. And then I would wait for a move to break the 200 and take it back down to the downside. I really don't think this is going to sustain. They have had no good numbers come out of the Great British Pound this week. I mean, nothing has been positive out of them. Their numbers haven't been positive at all week. I don't understand why we have this up move on the Great British Pound. The technicals and the fundamentals are not matching up. So just keep an eye on that. This is not a high priority on my watch list today. But we want to sell it here. Let's get an engulfing bearish candle and we'll sell it. Let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie, again, really, again, did the move to the upside. I think this is, I think this has a lot of issues with the Aussie. I think we're talking about, I think the gold situation, they had some good numbers come out yesterday. Earlier in the week, they did not raise interest rates, and I think the market's like that. And I think they're probably going to lower interest rates in their next go-around, but they didn't do it this week. So very interesting move on the Aussie here. But folks, this pair is bearish. So is the pound. Go to the daily chart. Go to the 4-hour chart. Go to these charts. You will see these charts are so bearish. So we're just seeing corrections here and a little bit of fundamentals here. And don't get all crazy. Oh, the Aussie is bullish now. No, the Aussie is not bullish. This chart is bullish for today, but the Aussie is bearish. So we want to sell this. I'd like to get in at 0.7276, and we'll get out at 0.7198. All right, let's look at the Euro Aussie. This is the only one that's actually worked out. And believe it or not, I mentioned yesterday that I thought it was going to hit a reverse on the news that came out from the Aussie, and it didn't. It continued to the downside. It's doing a great downtrend maneuver. I absolutely adore this pair. This pair moves, like I said, 130 pips a day. We just want this to come. I put a Fibonacci tool on the chart. Want this to come back up to the 38.2 fib at 1.4996. Get a bearish candlestick formation. We got some nice resistance there. We got the yellow line, which is a resistance zone line, and then we have the daily pivot, and then we can sell this. So you just want to pull up and then just drop it. The issue with the Euro Aussie is you have to watch where it wants to go. If it decides it wants to continue down, it'll just drop on us. So you have to pay attention to that. That's why it's good to be in front of your charts about an hour to an hour and a half before the session that you're trading is open. Okay, here's the Euro Yen. Bearish, 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 bearish. There's nothing more to do than sell this. I'm in a lot of trade rooms. I listen to a lot of trade rooms because One, I learned from it. I mean, I learned from other traders. I really do. Um, but they're saying that the euro is going long, the pound's going long, and all this stuff. No, they're not. They're bearish. We don't have a change of trend anywhere. But this euro yen is doing what it's supposed to do, and that is bearish. So this is not a counter trend trade. We just want to take this now. If you get a red candle that's engulfing in a nice solid candle, enter this at 123.40. We'll get out at the S2 reversal pivot point. Traders, I'm sorry I did not put a price on there, but it's 122.20. We're going to get out of there. That's a 120 pip trade, folks, if this works. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. We want this thing to drop like a rock. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar, a little tough here. This had an up day yesterday, and folks, I got to tell you, there is no reason to buy the Kiwi. No offense to anybody who lives in New Zealand, but there is no reason to be buying this pair. This does not make sense to me. Their numbers are good. The only thing that did come out positive was the dairy monthly. I don't think they call it an index. What do they call it? Anyhow, the dairy report came out and it was positive, and that's probably why we had this up move here. So these blue candles was from that data, and it was a positive data, and that's why we got this. But I expect this to come back down. Now, you could take the shot right below the the daily pivot point with a retest, because now that comes resistance, and take it down. And just realize you're going to come into that 200. If you look left of the chart, there's a lot of price action. I call it Forex junk, right? So I'd rather wait, get below the 200. And I know I'm giving up a lot of pips here because my drawdown is going to change on my entry, right? Where's my stop going to go? If I traded it from where it is now, I'm going to have a stop at 0.6675, right? So, and we're at 57. So, we just, that's a 20 pip stop. I'm okay with that. If it goes below the daily pivot and I take the trade from the daily pivot, I'm only going to be risking like 12 pips, right? The problem is if I wait for the 200 to break below it, again, that's going to be a small drawdown, probably 10 or 15 pips. Put my stop above that and we'll take it down. So my stop is going to vary depending on my entry. I'd like to enter it where it is, but if I did that, I really need to give this larger than the 20 pip stop, right? I really need to give this like 68.85, right? So, and I'm really not into doing that. I do not want to put out 50 pips as a drawdown. If this thing goes up 50 pips, I'm wrong, right? But I do think this will sell off today. Absolutely bearish. Traders, I have gone over 3 minutes. It was a short day yesterday, only 13 minutes, and today it's a long day at 18 minutes. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on Thursday, March 3rd, 2016, as we're getting ready for NFP Friday. All right, traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. And we'll catch you in about 24 hours. Take care, traders. Bye-bye.